Welcome to the JTrain podcast. It's a Chit Chat Wednesday, and today's guest is Lewber. I didn't know Allie very well. She was already following me on social media, and then I got brought into her world a little bit. She's been on Vanderpump Rules. She has a new podcast called Starstruck coming out, and she is into the astrological world, which I thought was very interesting because that conversation gets really taken over by negativity and people making jokes and taking shots at people that they think they're above. And I just think it's hack. So I wanted to have a real conversation about astrology, what got her into it, what it's like to have a client. And then we do get into her being on a reality show. And then she reads my birth chart to see if I should make some decisions in my life. So that's what we call a tease, people. Enjoy today's episode. It was really a pleasure to talk to her. Boom. Hello and welcome to the JTrain podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freid, coming to you live from Nashville. That's right. Every Wednesday is a Chit Chat Wednesday, where I sit down with a comedian, a friend, an expert. Today, we're going to start with one of those three, and by the end, I'm sure they will be a friend because this is my first time meeting them. They are the new host, the host of the new podcast called Starstruck. They are a spiritual astrologer, model, entertainment industry professional, as it says on their website. I don't know what that means, but we're going to find right out. Lewber, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you? What's going on today? Where are you coming from? Give us kind of like the setting, because I wanted to start this right away. I just wanted to get into it and talk to Lewber.
Love. I'm doing great. Let's see. I'm in LA right now. I am preparing for Coachella weekend. So my heart is a mess.
Huge in the astrology business. I'm sure Coachella weekend is like a big weekend to find clients, right? Like, I listen, I'm not going to sit here and make fun of astrology. I'll leave that to the day one open micers and the people that are going on Kill Tony to do. I think that's hack. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. I think it's hopeful, which I really do appreciate. But Coachella, wouldn't that be where you go to like find like the most ready to sign up for an Lewber astrology moment?
That's such a good point. 1000%. The Astro Girlies, big representation at Coachella. Yes.
Now, if you do one-on-one lessons, and we want everyone to go to allylewber.com and go check out everything Allie offers, because it's just, I do believe in it. I have gotten I've gotten my tarot cards read. We've done this all in the air. I'm out there. I'm in the mystical world.
Love. What are you?
I'm a Pisces. I February 21st. I guess this works into my first question. I went to your website. It says you're a Capricorn. Is that what you are?
Yeah.
And then it says Libra with a moon next to it, and then Pisces with an arrow pointing up. I'm guessing that means Pisces rising. What is that? Do you get them all? Like what? Like what does that mean?
Actually, you know what? You aren't far off. We do have every single zodiac sign within us. It's our birth chart. Every sign is represented. The planets, whatever the sign that we have, like the sun, the moon, Mercury, Saturn, all the planets, right? Whatever zodiac sign those live in, that's a personal representation for us. So like, I'm a Capricorn sun. The sun is where we shine. It's where we feel happy and confident. We allow ourselves to be seen there. So like, I'm a Capricorn sun. Capricorns value work and discipline. Pisces, Pisces is the entertainment sign. It's all about making people feel happy and making them feel literally healed. And so you are a Pisces sun. So that's like where you shine and where you feel your best. And then the moon is what we need. That's how we nurture ourselves. As a Libra moon, I'm very like anti-conflict. I like need peace and need things to be like aesthetically pleasing. Like that's Libra. And then I'm a Pisces rising. So I move like a Pisces, which is not great. Very type B. My Capricorn doesn't love that about me, but that's
so what do you mean? What do you mean by not great? Like, what do you mean move like a Pisces? Because I do tend to move slow, so I understand. I am like a slug.
Yeah, Pisces is the last zodiac of the zodiac calendar. So by the time we get to Pisces, we're literally just tired. Like we want to take a nap. We lost our phone or our phone is dead. Like we're out at lunch. We're out in space with Pisces placements. Like we're literally the sign that's all about escaping. And it's fantasy, right? It's movies and music and magic. So like we're not as concerned. We're not killing it in the day-to-day digital world, really.
Interesting. So is
Yeah.
it that when you say I'm a Capricorn sun, is it like that time of year I'm just at my best? Is it that
Yeah.
is that what it means? I guess I'm wondering.
It means so you are always a Pisces sun, right?
Okay.
Regardless of the day or the year or whatever. Like you, the moment you were born, you were a Pisces sun, and I was a Capricorn sun. But yeah, that's a good point. During Capricorn season, that means it's our solar return. So the sun is on top of our sun, which means we have a lot of more, we have more energy, we have more confidence, opportunities might be coming to us. So like we're feeling ourselves a little bit more, but then it goes so much deeper, right? So then I'd have to look at your birth chart, which
Hmm.
we can do, but it's like, where is your sun living? Because there's 12 houses. So say your sun is living in the seventh house, you have a strong identity within relationships or people. If your sun is living in your fourth house of the home, your identity is through the home and being more, yeah, like home based, sleepy kind of
So
vibe.
so
Yeah.
let's say you meet someone at Coachella. They're like, I
Okay.
need. What would make you say like you need me? Like, is there someone that you would feel an energy from? Maybe are they complaining? Are they trying to figure out their life? Are they lost?
Mhm.
And what would you? How do you find someone where you go, I can really help this person?
That's such a good question. Honestly, I think that people find astrology when they need it. I never try to be like, let me help you.
Hmm.
Usually people know when they need a little extra guidance, you know what I mean? My favorite people to help, I guess, or like charts to look at are like recent college graduates or girls
Okay.
that are like kind of just feeling like a little directionless. And I don't know why I'm doing that, but like a little like lost. Cause like that's when astrology helped me the most. It
Uh
like
huh.
it's just it can really help us like tap into our own purpose and sense of destiny. And it's just about getting into flow with like your purpose.
So I guess you would want, and I'm joking, but I'm not joking, but like you would want to find an astrologist instead of a cult leader because those are like
Yes.
the times
Yep.
of life where you would either go right towards Ali Luber
Yeah.
or left towards weirdo who's like, you're all my wife. You know,
Ooh,
like
yes. Come to me, please. This
go to
way.
Ali Luber, not the cult leader. If
Not
you're
the
at
call.
Coachella, okay, just take a right.
Yeah.
So if someone, I'll get off of this topic. We'll talk about the podcast because we want everyone to go listen and sign up for Ali Luber's podcast. The
Thank
description
you.
of this episode contains the YouTube link as well as the Apple Spotify link, so you can subscribe right away. So I walk into
Okay.
Ali Luber's home. I've got a 12 o'clock appointment with you to get my one-on-one birth chart reading. What does it start with? Like how does that start? Like is there a lobby? Are there magazines on the desk? No, okay, do I fill something out? Is there a HIPAA
This.
form? It's
Yes, there's
this.
an info form. So I do my readings via Zoom. So literally,
Okay.
like it would be just like this. Before they book, they have to fill out their birthday, their birth time. That's really important,
Mhm.
and where they were born.
Well,
And
then they
then
got to call their mom, which is
exactly
I'd have to call my mom. I'd have to go to therapy,
that.
discuss
Yep.
that call with my mom, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for Ali Luber. Now that I know the time I
Exactly.
was born, because I don't know what time I was born.
I know. So you need to, yeah, you have to ask your mom for your birth chart or your birth
I
certificate.
would call my mom. She'd be like, "Why
Oh,
are
she
you
can't.
calling me with
Yeah.
all this service? Oh my god, I just don't know why are you asking me these questions?" And I'd be like, "Just get me the time."
No.
She'd be like, "Are you sick?" It would just turn into her accusing me of being sick.
Wait, okay, do we have the same mom? Same.
Literally.
I'm an only child helicopter mom. But like it's so real. It kind of it can send it can cause a spiral. I'm not kidding. And especially for like not every birth certificate has the birth time on it. So it
Mm.
can a lot of source subjects in a lot of households. You can
Right.
call.
'Cause I guess like the minute you have to ask, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I guess the minute
Oh,
you have to like call your mom for like this weird piece of information, or your mom or
Yeah.
dad, you're like, how much do you even know about me? You're the reason I'm going to an astrologer. You know why I'm fucked up? You don't know my time of birth?
Literally. Oh my gosh, I know. And now there was like a time period, probably our parents' age, like that generation, was like the 60s when they were into astrology, but they like stopped recording birth times because they were
Really?
probably just didn't care in the 60s. I don't know. They're like, whatever. But like, yeah, so there's like a lot of our parents don't know their birth time,
So
which
you sign out your birthday, your birth time, and then
yeah.
what else is on the questionnaire?
And then I ask, like, what, is there anything that you're going through that you really want me to specifically look at? Most of the time, it's just a general overview. Of course, I get the like compatibility questions and like, is this the right partner for me? And then I meet them like this and I pull up, I share a screen, pull up their birth chart, and then I just like walk them through it. I think of myself as a translator.
What feels the best from a reading? Like, when
Mhm.
I go on stage and I have like a fun new joke and it works, I'm like,
Yeah.
my whole like innards feel
Yeah.
satiated. What makes you feel good after a read? Is it like someone coming back to you being like, you were right, or I went this way and it was the right direction and you kind of nudged me? What's the feel good
Yeah.
moment for Allie Luber?
Ooh, I love that. I think it's when clients like get that green light from astrology. It's almost
Mm.
like this validation that because like I feel like as humans, we're our biggest critics. We're incredibly hard on ourselves and we don't give ourselves the credit we deserve usually. And so when I'm looking at a chart and someone's like, "Oh, I really like hate the job that I'm in." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course you do because your Mercury is in the third house and you're meant to be writing or storytelling, more creative." And it's just giving them that validation where they're like, hell yeah, okay. And then yeah, especially when they'll come back like a year later and be like, oh, I listened to you and now I'm like happy and I'm in the right job. And so but it's those moments where the clients are like, I really needed to hear that. And it's like they knew that deep down, but astrology just helps kind of bring it out and validate.
Why do you think people get angry at astrology?
I think that people aren't I think that some people aren't ready to have the conversation about astrology and they're not ready to go that deep. Same reason as why a lot of people don't want to go to therapy and they don't want to do the deeper work. They don't want to like look within. And so it's easier to knock it and to just kind of ignore it because when people are like, I don't believe in astrology, I'm like, but you don't even know what it is. Like, how
Right.
can you believe in something you don't know anything about? So it's all about having an open mind and like being ready to look. And not everybody is, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think the tough part is like it is people fear what they don't know, obviously, and then
Mhm.
and then they want to have everyone feels like the mic is on and hot in front of them and needs to give their hot take and
Yep.
like I with astrology a lot of the time if I'm not zoned into the conversation, I kind of yes it along. Like if someone
Yeah.
says, that's my kind of like off my go-to, where it's like if someone's like deep in an astrology thing or telling me, and I'm like, I'm not ready to talk about this right now. I'm
Yeah.
hungover. I can't deal with the
Yeah.
moon. Like I'm just like I'll just go no, totally, totally. I just like
Yeah.
totally them to death. And I do
Yes.
that with like neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Like someone's like, "Oh, I live in Greenpoint." I'm like, "Totally. I don't know
You're
where
like,
it is on a
oh,
map."
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, the restaurants. It's so crazy. They're
Yeah.
like Bushwick. It's so far out. I'm like, I can't even believe people take the subway. And
Yeah.
then we move on. I think some
Yeah.
people go the other direction where instead of just totally and go along to get along, they have to tell you the crime is horrible in New York, and you're like, you haven't
Yeah.
been there. What are you talking
Totally.
about? And they do the same with astrology, I think.
And can I just say too, like living in LA, like I get that all the time from like I went to college in Nashville, like a lot of
Hmm.
family, a lot of friends, they'll be like, but the fires, but like that. And I'm like, but you haven't even been here. Like
Right.
you can't even like, no, it's amazing and I'm obsessed with it.
They're
So
seeing something through a keyhole. And when you live somewhere, you live beyond the keyhole. I'm in Nashville right now. I'm doing shows here.
I went to Belmont.
Okay, so I Belmont is where can compare. I'm not going to
Okay.
totally you.
You're like, yes, totally.
Totally love Belmont. Oh my God, it's so far away from town. Yeah.
It's so far. Um, okay, Vanderbilt, literally
Mm-hmm.
across the street.
Is Belmont? What's their kind of like thing?
It's like liberal arts, super, super. It's literally Camp Rock of college. Like everyone there is a musician.
Great
Very,
description.
hippie. Yeah, yeah, like that's Belmont.
So
I love
I was going to bring this up because you're a singer. You put out these videos where you sing beautifully.
it.
It's unbelievable.
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm in Nashville. Was there thoughts of going into music? Was that kind of the start? Is that why you go to Belmont?
Yeah, I got into the School of Music there, so I did go to pursue music. And I think it was totally that like what is it? The big fish in the small pond or whatever. And I think I just realized like, oh, I love music, but I don't really want to study it. It was also just like a really intense uh like course study. Like I was spending all these zero credit hours in like practice rooms while my friends were like out being college kids. And I was like, wait, I
Right.
don't have and so I switched my major and I still like music is more of a hobby. Like I enjoy it, but I didn't need to like pursue that. Do you know what I mean?
I get
But
it. Listen, if
yeah.
you know, that's it's the thing that I always with comedy specifically. I remember when I first started, I took a I never thought, when you start something and you're younger, you're like, I'm gonna be the best, I'm gonna do this. And you don't think that anyone else could do what you're doing just because they want the like the few moments away from their own life, the
Yeah.
hobby. I guess I've never really understood the hobbyist, and then I was in an improv class, and I was taking improv when I first started to like, because I was like, let me see if I like this. And I
Yeah.
remember there was this like older woman who kept ruining every scene, and I was so annoyed. And I was like on the phone with my dad, and
Mhm.
I was like, this fucking woman won't
Yeah.
keeps ruining everything. He's like, you're an asshole. He's like, this woman is going to an improv class like to like whatever it gets. This is her version of watching TV or getting on, doing something
That's
different, and you're
interesting.
a hater. And I was like, you're
Yeah.
right. It kind of brought me back to this like idea that like, man, a lot of this stuff can be someone's therapy, someone's,
Yeah.
and
That's
is
such an
that what it
interesting
is for you?
point.
We are sponsored, people. My bookie. The basketball action is heating up inside the court. Get some action outside the court with my bookie. My bookie is the best place for first-time bettors, and it's the preferred choice of true sports fans. With promos like weekly risk-free boosts, even if you've never bet on anything in your life, you can definitely handle this. With risk-free boosts, if your bet hits, you win big. If it doesn't, don't worry. My bookie will give you a full refund. Here's the deal. I love having some money on the game. I do this with football. I've done it with college basketball. The NBA playoffs are coming. What it does, it gives you an opportunity to find a community. In my opinion, you go to a bar, you see everyone cheering for one team, you go, I want to cheer with these people, or I want to cheer against all of these losers and make sure that they have a horrible day because I want to be here at the bar having fun rooting against these losers. It can take a regular Saturday and turn it into a fun Saturday, and you can bet $1, you can bet $5, and we're going to give you a chance at boosts, which can enhance your win, which is great. Put your money where your mouth is and start betting for your favorite team on my bookie. Sign up now with code JTrain, and you can boost your bankroll with a deposit bonus designed to help you make the most of your money. If you don't want a bonus, that's okay too. Just make sure you let them know we sent you. That's code JTrain when you download the MyBookie app or click the link in our show notes. Bet on every game anytime from anywhere with MyBookie.
Yeah, totally. It is. And I did put out some music on Spotify. So like there's a part of me that I like just love the act of singing. I love writing, but I don't know, maybe this is just the season that I'm in my life, but it's like I don't feel like it's like journaling or like a diary, right? Like I don't need
Mm-hmm.
to share it, but also I do believe that all art forms are meant to be shared too. So it's like
Mm.
maybe one day, but I just think that like it's just like my little like I don't know. I don't know. I feel called to share astrology. Like I love doing that, and then music is just like the fun little thing. But I feel you that in that area too, where it's like you're like taking something so seriously, and then someone's just there to be like, "This is just like fun," and you're like,
Right.
"What?"
And you're like, I guess I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you go from Belmont to LA and you start in LA. What was the goal of LA? Just to be in a fun place? Which is a fine answer. I moved to New York because there were women and hustlers. Like, that's what I always say to people.
I wanted to get tan and like go to the pool every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
I like grew up loving LA. Like I also love movies. I'm like I have family out here. So like I grew up in Ohio, but we would always visit LA and I always knew
Mm.
that I was just gonna like live here one day. Um, and also a thing with astrology, there's a thing called astrocartography where you look at your map with astrology. And I just did this recently, like a year ago. And my sun and my Jupiter line, which are positive, the sun is
Okay.
positive where we shine, and Jupiter is opportunities, literally go right through LA. And I'm like, that is
Really?
so cool. And Venus, my Venus line, which is love and art, it goes through Nashville. I'm like, that's crazy. So
Okay.
I did always know, like, always trust if you feel like pulled to a city or something, you know?
So you go to LA. How long into it are you going to end up on Vanderpump Rules? Like,
That
and
was 19, 20, 21, 3.5, 4 years.
so you're 21 years old. You are going to be on this show that like exists already. Are you, what are the fears going in that you're going to be on a show that like exists? The, you know, because I like to walk into a show like, and people hate
Yeah.
change no matter what. And
Yes.
it doesn't matter that it's a new, fun, bright face on a show. They're new and I don't know them. So they can go
Yeah.
fuck themselves. Like me
Yeah.
with the old woman, you know, at improv class.
Yeah.
So how did you, what was the fears going in?
So, I mean, I think just like the fear was the fear. Like it was exactly what you just said. It's an intimidating group. Like
Hmm.
they just are. I'm talking about obviously like, James was my boyfriend at the time. So like I did feel a sense of like, okay, I was comfortable enough, but I like the girls were intimidating before I knew
Right.
them. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
they're
so I
like
was
celebrities too, like in their own world, you know,
right,
like
right. There's that. And then there's also just like the all of the drama that came with it. Like at that time, James's ex-fiance was like besties with all of the girls. So there
got
was
it.
also that element. It's like, yeah, it was like a whole thing. And then I met them and realized they're actually all really pretty awesome. They're all
Just
very different.
people.
They're just
Well, I
people.
mean,
And
21 to go on that show.
I was 26. I was 26. I moved
Okay.
to LA when I was 18. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. I moved to LA when I was 21.
Okay.
Math. Don't do that. And then yeah, so I got the show start. I started dating James when I was 25. And
Uh-huh.
then around 26 was when
How
that
does I guess my question is, and like I saw you've been on other podcasts talking about your relationship with James. I'm not like looking to like dig into that too much. I guess my question is like, how does someone say to their girlfriend, "Hey, do you want to be on this show?" Like how does that happen? Like without, and I'm sure there's accusations of like, oh, you're going on this to get fame or
yes,
whatever.
there is.
And
Yeah.
I just really, I'm not even interested in that. I
Yeah.
guess like you have a personal relationship with this person. They're on the
Yeah.
show. You know that's a part of their life. But like I'm sure like when you start, you're not. You know, I would assume you're not like. Okay, so when does the camera? You know, like I don't think I don't know. I tend to believe that people are just not scheming. You know, like
100%. I thank you for saying that. Yeah, it's crazy. People really think people are out here just being completely like not authentic with their feelings and have a motive when it's like when I first met James, the show what they weren't even sure if it was going to get picked up. There was a lot of
mhm.
talk of it being canceled because the like previous seasons like weren't the best. And then we fell in love and it was a quick whirlwind of a romance, right? Like we moved in very quickly, things happened quickly. I was working at Soho House at the time, so I was busy doing that.
I'm there right now.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
And the one,
yeah, yeah.
oh my
It's
God,
my favorite one.
yeah, so I have not been, but I know of it because
To
when I was
anyone out there, I always like to give a recommend. This place, you can stay here without being a member. I think it's the
yeah,
best hotel of all of them. But
no,
yeah,
it's so I love Soho House. I love all of it, the aesthetics, the vibe, the like the reasoning behind it, just creatives being able to, yeah. But anyway,
especially when you travel a lot as the person who's on the road. Like for
yeah,
me, like to be around, you know, actual people who live in the town is like
yeah,
way better. Instead of like a hotel lobby bar, like, you know, there's like
exactly.
a little bit like even if there's transplants here, I don't
Yeah,
care. You know, like I just
yeah,
want some local, you know, flair.
totally. No, 100%. It's great for entertain. I mean, it's great for everyone, but especially people in the entertainment industry or people who travel for work. Yeah. I loved working there and doing the events and things. Anyway, so I was busy working there. And I also was studying weather at the time. It's a long story.
Okay.
So I actually,
Astrology, weather, this kind of works
I was
then.
kind
The
of
sun,
close,
the moon,
right?
the earth. Yeah, yeah,
I was like so close. I hated it. My whole family knew I hated it. I had a like a mentor who worked at CNN and I studied entertainment journalism and he
yeah.
was like, you would be great at weather. And I was like, okay, it's kind of sexist, but okay, cool, cool. So started studying it. It was like, this is hard. I didn't even take, I got a Bachelor of Arts. I took like one math class. Like, what am I doing? So I quickly realized that I hated it, kind of started realizing, oh no, I love astrology. But anyway, long story short, with like the show of it all, I at the time was really nervous to be on that show because I was kind of more in the direction of like, oh, hard news, hard journalism,
Mm-hmm.
CNN. So like that type of show isn't necessarily great for one's possible reputation. Like I just
Right.
didn't know what I would be walking into, the editors, all of the things. So I was very hesitant to join. And then when it did start filming, I had no idea. It really does feel like a fish out of water. Like you're like they're all so seasoned. I mean, James was on the show for 10 years since he was 21.
Right.
So like they all just jump in like, oh, we're filming. Okay, here we go. It is their life. Like, no, they're filming every second, every day. I think they get like one day off a week. And it was like, okay, well, I love this person. And if I don't film, I'll like literally never see him. And so you
So
kind of,
there's no proposal of it. There's no like, hey, before we get started here, like it's just like this is my life. Deal with it.
um, honestly, kind of. Yeah. We
It's
talked about it
surprising.
a lot, but like the week before, it happened so quickly. Like they'll literally be like, okay, we're picking up season. We're going to start filming next week. Here's your contracts. You only have like so much time to look them over. And like that's a whole other thing. And then it's just like, okay, if you want to be filmed and you want to get that paycheck, like be there on this day, like we start. That's
it's
how.
it's
Yeah.
closer to a prenup like than it is a contract.
Interesting.
If you think about
Yeah.
it, because I'm just thinking of like
Yeah.
you start dating this guy, and then they're like, and he's like sliding a contract across the table from you, and you're getting paid. No, you're just like,
I did. I did. So the first season they don't pay people. And I
mhm,
at the time I was in SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. I've worked on sets. I was a production assistant. Like I've worked in the
mhm.
movie industry. I was like, I'm absolutely not about to put my life out there just for fun. Like
Right, right,
like you're getting paid behind the camera, they're all getting paid, my boyfriend's getting paid. Like throw me something. Like I'm not asking you to make like just like pay me something, like a job.
right,
And because I'd be taking off from my current job, right? So like it has to be
right.
whatever.
Listen, I bet,
Uh,
but that changes a relationship. Now you are financially like,
yeah.
again, like a prenup. It's like the romanticism. I would understand that like it's tough to be romantic. It's tough to be like, it just
Yeah.
adds this other element that like would be tough, I think, on my relationship. Like,
No, that's such a good point. Like, I feel like I'm still honestly processing a lot. Like, for me personally, I never felt that kind of because I honestly I wasn't making enough to like it. But for
right.
people like Katie and Tom or people who were in those like relationships for a long time and have that the storylines and like their paycheck depending on their relationship, like I can absolutely that's kind of wild to think about. Yeah.
All right, I have a couple more questions. The
Okay.
podcast. Let's start, the podcast, which people can subscribe to. The link to the YouTube channel is in the description of this episode. It is called Starstruck. What's the premise? What are we doing?
We are going deeper. We are looking at the stars with the stars, just doing birth charts of our favorite celebrities, the people that
That's
are, that we love. I also like, I'm going to do part of the show at some point is going to go a little deeper too with like deceased celebrities, like celebrities, iconic celebrities that have passed and looking at their chart because that's a great way to study astrology is like because their lives are complete. So
so. What do you do when you look at someone who's passed? Like, is it
you
like
just
what's the goal of looking at someone who's passed away?
studying their legacy. That's my favorite thing to do. And it's very Capricorn of me. Capricorn is all about legacy, but say Audrey Hepburn, like I love her. And we look at her chart, and of course, you can see someone who had great fashion, great sense, like great taste, right? But then you also see that she was an Aquarius rising and she had a bunch of stuff in her 11th house, which is where we see that like humanitarian side of her and all of the efforts she did with UNICEF and like saving children. So I don't know. I just like to see how their story still continues currently.
Okay, so we're gonna end this with you. Can you do you have some stuff lying around? You can look at my. I'm in
Yeah.
the I'm in the process of making a decision. So I want
Okay.
to hear your opinion.
Okay, perfect.
You're bringing this up right now on your phone? I can see. Okay,
Yep.
the wheels are turning.
The wheels are turning.
I'm thinking about a move.
Okay.
This is something that I've
You're
thought
a
about.
Pisces sun, right? Yeah, you're
I'm a
already.
Pisces, February
Yeah.
21st.
Yeah. Okay.
So what does my birth chart say about a move at 40 years old, February 21st? Pisces sun. I don't know what my rising and moon are, but what should I be thinking about? What are the stars telling me?
Wait, shoot. So you really don't know your birth time?
I don't. I
Okay,
wish I
let's
did.
do.
I know I was a sick baby. That's something I was always told. I was a I was a meconium baby. I swallowed my own shit in the womb. And yeah, so I'm a shit eater. I'm a big fucking I'll eat anything is really
That's
it's been the story of
hilarious.
my whole life. So
Okay, I didn't need that information, but thank you for sharing.
okay, I thought that would help my
Okay,
reading
wait.
right now.
What? So wait, February 22nd or 21st?
February 21st is my birthday,
What
and I
year?
swallowed my own shit. So I don't know if
Plug
that
that in.
helps. Yeah, put that into the app.
Okay, what year?
1985. So
1985.
right around the same age as your mom and dad.
Okay. No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then where were you born?
In Boston.
That makes so much, yeah. You're
Really?
Boston. You so good.
Okay.
I've never been there, and
I'm
I like
Boston Rising. You
you're
never been?
Boston Rising. I've never been, and I want to go. Oh, I'm going to Salem next weekend or in 2 weekends for
I mean,
my best friend's bachelorette.
that is the most astrology chick bachelorette party I have ever heard in my entire life.
Right? It's
Yeah.
called Till Death Do Us Part. That's the theme.
Love it. Are they going to do like the
But
black dress at the wedding?
we're gonna all wear black, and she's gonna wear white.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Or no, I think she's still gonna wear black because, like, yeah.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
how could she not?
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
This makes sense. And honestly, I mean, you can like ask your mom your birth time and you can just like text me or something and I
I'll
can,
ask her when I'm emotionally ready to do that. Yeah.
that's fair. But I kind of think that this is right because you're a
Okay.
Gemini rise. It says you're a Gemini rising, and Geminis are ruled by Mercury, which is literally the planet of wit and storytelling, communication. So like, yeah,
This
that
is
checks out.
all in the business of JTrain. Yeah.
And it says you are a Pisces sun and moon, and you have Mercury. So you have a Pisces,
I did
or
eat tuna last night. Okay.
sorry, you have a Pisces sun, moon, and Mercury all in your 10th house. And the 10th is the house of fame, recognition, public figures, career, legacy.
Mm.
So I like this chart for you. I think that this is accurate. But anyway, so you are probably in a move because you're a Pisces moon, and the moon represents our home, like where we literally live.
Mm.
And as of January of this year, 2025, the North Node, which is basically just a point in astrology that represents where we're going, it entered Pisces in January. What that means is over the next 2.5 to 3 years, Pisces is literally the star of the show, which means for
Whoa.
you, because you have so much Pisces in your chart, like you're going to feel this more personally than others. So
Mm.
you are going to not only move, but you're also going to get a lot of opportunities. You are going to be pulled out into the world in an even more public way than you already are. But
Allie Luber, you're lucky to be on my podcast. Holy shit. You're with a future
yes, I
star.
know. No, I'm literally honored. Like, thank you for having me because you are about to enter just a different stratosphere.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a reading. So I should
right?
move. It's saying to move. It's part of that.
Yeah, it really is. It
Okay.
really is. I'm not just like saying that, I promise you. I mean, I I'm not saying like do it tomorrow.
Mm.
Again, it's all, but it's happening. You feel it, right? Like this is just
Right.
validating what you're already feeling. Um, and it's going to be good for your career also for you to move.
Wow. Okay. You heard it here first in the J Train podcast.
Yeah.
Allie Luber, Get that guest bedroom ready. I'm moving in.
You moving to LA?
I'm moving to LA. This is all a big reveal. My new roommate, Allie Lewber. Well, Allie, thank you for coming on to Chit Chat Wednesday on the JTrain podcast. Such a pleasure to meet you. You're fantastic. We want everyone to go follow Allie on all the socials, but more importantly, she has a new podcast, Starstruck. The link is in the bio of this episode on YouTube, as well as the bio for all the listening platforms. Thank you so much, Allie. We'll be back next week.
That was fun.
Boom.